to all those who continue to drive our economy and to light up our economy for homes and to produce power that powers our economy forward. Much as you may have doubted, Mr. Mike Teke, whether I would have the opportunity Mr. Mike Teke, whether I would to congratulate have the opportunity to be here. A proudly South African stand here to congratulate Seriti Green as the Ummbila Emoyeni wind farm enters into commercial operation. As the Ummbila Emoyeni wind farm enters into commercial operation. We're very proud of. Seriti is a company with a proven track record. We're very proud of. In South Africa's coal industry, with a young track record of less than 10 years old. In South Africa's coal industry, a young which remains the foundation of less than 10 years old energy production, which remains the foundation of our country's the company has chosen energy production. In South Africa's renewable energy now future. The company has chosen to invest. And you characterize it now in South Africa's renewable energy not so future. Much as a coal and company, you characterize it now energy company. Not so much as a that is the correct company, but as an energy company. As it is now exploding that is into the correct renewable energization of your company landscape. As it is now exploding into the renewable energy with our policy position landscape. That South Africa's future energy is aligned with our policy will draw position on the strength that South Africa's as well as the resources energy system that will draw already on the strength as well as the resources that as we in our already coal-fired power stations, including coal, while embracing new opportunities, as in our coal-fired new power energy sources, while embracing new opportunities and new energy sources. So when we look at our energy architecture, we include the various energy sources: coal, wind, hydro, nuclear, solar, gas, and indeed many others that will come in the future as well. Mpumalanga is known as the place of the rising sun, as I said, but it has not been known for its wind. In fact, some doubted the value of building a wind farm here. There is something profoundly inspiring about wind. We cannot see it, and I would say that many people who doubted that wind would be a resource that we could use to generate energy doubted it because they couldn't see it. Yet we do witness its power as we launch this project today. Wind bends mighty trees. I was telling colleagues earlier that I have seen how wind in this area is able to fell trees, to uproot buildings, and to uproot the roofs of buildings as well. It carries rain across.
Take a stand against violent crime. Register to vote DA.
We are now of innovation and our determination to continue to build a cleaner South Africa with clean energy, a more secure and more prosperous type of energy source. But this project, with more than 25 wind turbines dotting across the landscape between Bethal, Bethal, and Morganson, really demonstrates that this is a province with many energy sources and many opportunities. We commend Seriti for showing confidence in this province and its potential. today represents more than the completion of an infrastructure project. This project underscores the value of partnership between government, ESCOM, the private sector, finance institutions, and companies. And I want to commend the company that has built these turbines that have enabled this project to be where it is. I hear it is the largest turbine company in the world, and we are very pleased that it is a company that is riding on the relationship that South Africa has with the People's Republic of China. It shows that South Africa's just energy transition is being realized through very practical actions that we are embarking upon. And now, as a country, we have committed to transition our society and economy along a low-carbon, climate-resilient pathway that is in line with our domestic and international obligations. We have been clear that this transition should be just, should be inclusive, and should leave no one behind. And in this project, we see the justness of it all, where through the execution of this project, members of the community are seeing how they can benefit from the launching of an energy project where it did not exist before, and where the utilization of a natural endowment, which is wind, we've been able to generate energy, but the energy that is part of our just transition that benefits even members of the community. And I met young people and middle-aged people who are now running very successful businesses from agriculture, agro-processing, right through to infrastructure building, and how they have become part of this just energy transition that we have embarked on. The true measure of the success of this just energy transition is the extent to which it creates opportunities for the people of our country. And I have seen how this is being actualized here. The achievements of this project are therefore very real and very encouraging. I understand that to date, more than 1,000 jobs have been created through this project, with about half of these jobs going to people living within a 10-kilometer radius of this wind farm. I'm told that more than 18,500 people have registered on the Seriti Green Skills Hub, where they will be able to access current and future opportunities. The fact that more than 50% of those who have registered are women is a promising sign of the potential that this project has been able to drive women's empowerment, economic empowerment. Many of the people who have worked on this project, I'm told, have brought valuable skills that were developed in the mining industry, that were developed in the energy sector, and energy sector meaning skills that were developed in ESCOM, our ESCOM, that has enabled those people who worked for ESCOM or were part of ESCOM have now been able to display and execute their skills, knowledge in a project like this. This project demonstrates the value of a strong focus on creating meaningful local economic participation and ensuring that surrounding communities benefit directly from this investment. Now, this investment has been part of the investment conferences that we have held. As we have held our South Africa Investment Conference iterations, Seriti Green was able to come forward and pledge that they will invest billions and billions of rands. And many people in our country just tended to dismiss that and said, well, these are just empty promises by these companies, and therefore the President's Investment Conference is meaningless because it never will lead to any tangible investments that will happen. Now, today we are here. Seriti promised that they would be investing 15 billion, and they have invested that amount of money. And proof of it all is that they received that certificate that said you've made this commitment, and today we are launching what they committed to invest. And they need to be applauded for having lived up to that promise. Now, this is real. And they are also saying now that they will end up investing up to 40 billion, and that their next commitment before they reach that 40 billion will be another 10 billion. Now, they are ahead of their times. I want them to make that commitment at the conference next year. So come and make that commitment, and then tell everyone who comes to that conference that you have already delivered. Now, I have no doubt that you are a delivering company. The just energy transition should create opportunities that remain long after you have made the investment that you have made, and long after the infrastructure that you have put on the ground has been completed. It should strengthen local businesses. It should empower communities. It should equip young people with new skills. The just energy transition must leave communities stronger than they were before. Now, here already there's clear demonstration. These three areas, Bethal, Bethal, and Morganson, were areas that were being left behind by economic development. And now that this project has been launched, there's new life, new investments that are emerging and coming through. So this investment is a magnet. It is pulling many other investments to come to these towns that were already becoming towns that were being left behind. The confidence that this company has brought in our country was demonstrated, yes, through the commitments that you made at our conferences. Now, this has already been followed, as we have said, by the other 10 billion rand that you have invested in renewable energy infrastructure. Now, we applaud you for that. It shows that you are indeed moving ahead to deliver precisely what you promised. Now, these investments are coming into being as South Africa emerges from many years of debilitating power shortages. The load shedding that persisted for well over a decade impeded the growth of our economy and the development of our country. We must therefore commend the work that has been undertaken to restore Eskom's operational performance and to drive investment in new generation capacity. Minister of Electricity and Energy, Dr. Ramaphosa, who is today dressed in a green trousers and who is not wearing a tie like me, who is wearing sunglasses, has done considerably great work in ensuring that our energy security is put on a very strong foundation. And we thank him for that, because that is precisely what he was mandated to do. With load shedding now behind us, we are encouraged that measures to end load reduction that he is now currently working on are bearing fruit in a number of provinces, including here in Mpumalanga. Energy security underpins an economic growth, investment, industrial development, and job creation. That is why we have embarked on the process of fundamental reform of the electricity sector to achieve a reliable, affordable, and sustainable supply of electricity for all South Africans. Now, at the heart of the reform process is the establishment of a competitive electricity market in which multiple generators, both public and private, will compete to provide electricity most efficiently and at the lowest cost. It is going to be similar to, for instance, having your mobile telephone company networks. Before we had all these other mobile telephone companies, Telkom was the only one that provided communication in our country. And because it was operating alone, it was not able to meet all the communication needs of the entire country. When we opened up the market, we enabled more mobile companies to come in. And today they are growing by leaps and bounds, and that gives all citizens of the country choice. And that choice is continuing to bring prices down, where you no longer have just one operating, which was always a great risk.
Same T-shirt that the deceased was wearing.
And today, the reform process that we've embarked upon will ultimately ensure that electricity is delivered at affordable prices to power growth, to create jobs, and to ensure that we have more and more investments. As it is now, well over 120 billion rand has been invested in renewable energy projects throughout the country. And this project adds to those projects that have brought investments in our country to create jobs and to enable electricity to be more accessible to all. We're in the process of restructuring Eskom and establishing a fully independent state-owned entity responsible for transmission and the operation of the electricity market. In the State of the Nation address, as you may recall, in February, I announced the establishment of a dedicated task team under the National Energy Crisis Committee to undertake the detailed work required to ensure the success of this restructuring. I'm pleased to say that, and to announce that the task team that I had set up has now completed the first phase of its work, which is a high-level proposal for establishing the Transmission System Operator, or the TSO. The team will now embark on the second phase, which will include a detailed implementation plan for the restructuring. Together, we are building the next chapter of South Africa's energy future. Electricity that is affordable, electricity that is reliable, and electricity that is increasingly clean is the lifeblood of a growing economy. Mines, factories, and farms need that type of electricity to expand production. Businesses need affordable as well as reliable energy to become more competitive to become more efficient. For households, affordable electricity is a matter of dignity. It is an opportunity to improve the quality of life and reduce the cost of living. Cheaper and dependable power is therefore not an end in itself. It is the foundation on which accelerated and inclusive growth must be built. We thank the Seriti Green team for being part of this new energy future, and we thank them for their dedication and professionalism. Everyone that I met in this team has been demonstrating how professional they are. They have deep knowledge in their craft, and I have no doubt that they will continue to manage this facility extremely well. And we thank every local contractor, and I've met a number of them who became part of this project. And I want to thank every worker and small business that has contributed to this project. In the end, Seriti could not do it alone. It needed the cooperation of all, including those who in the initial stages were opposed to the start of this business, of this project, and today they are the ardent supporters of it. For generations, Mpumalanga has powered South Africa, and now it is paving the way to a new future. And may this project stand as a lasting symbol of South African ingenuity, partnership, commitment, and confidence. And may it remind us that when we invest in our people, when we strengthen our institutions and believe in our country's future, there is no limit to what South Africans can achieve. This, in the end, is a really good project. And I'd like to see it grow by leaps and bounds, to continue to add capability and to empower our people here in this area and provide employment and economic growth. So let us all embrace it. Let us be grateful that this company, Seriti, has brought real economic progress in this area. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Before you step off, there is a saying here in Seriti Green: we are not here to build paper jets. And in demonstration of that, our CEO has a gift to give you.
This is a real jet, Mr. President, not a paper one.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Just energy transition.
Exactly. Exactly. As we draw the formal proceedings to a close, I invite the man who carried this project from drawing board to grid, Mr. Peter Venn, Chief Executive Officer of Seriti Green, to deliver the remarks of appreciation and announcements. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Leighton. President Ramaphosa, Minister of Electricity and Energy, Premier of Mpumalanga, executive mayors, traditional leaders, distinguished guests, community members, colleagues, partners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to our new home. It has been both a privilege and a humbling experience to stand before you here today as we celebrate the opening of Ummbila Emoyeni. Today is not simply the commissioning of South Africa's largest wind farm. It is also the culmination of years of vision, hard work, partnership, perseverance, and belief. Above all else, it's a day of gratitude. Mr. President, I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to you as the head of state for all three spheres of government. The success of Ummbila Emoyeni has been built on partnership. From the very beginning of this journey, we have been engaged across all three spheres of government. Minister Ramaphosa, Premier Ndlovu, we have had numerous conversations. We've had numerous disagreements. But here we stand together in celebrating these 25 turbines. To be honest, there are 48 turbines standing. Only 25 are turned on. But here we stand in Mpumalanga with the turbines turning. We are honored today to be joined by yourselves, the executive mayors of Lekwa, Musquealiqua, and Governor Mbeki municipalities, and the executive mayor of Gatsabanda. To all the government leaders and officials, your commitment and guidance and support have helped us overcome challenges and unlock opportunities. Ummbila is proof of what can be done when we work together. Eskom and the National Transmission Company of South Africa, Dan, Monde, all of you, I see you waving. Thank you. This is a partnership. We have built large infrastructure. The MTS was built in 17 months. That is a 1.2 billion rand investment, Mr. President, that we have handed over to Eskom that has formed part of Eskom's balance sheet. The independent transmission program is a reality. It exists here today in Bethal. To our partners, I would also like to offer my sincere thanks. It takes a village to raise a renewable energy facility. To Goldwind, our partners, I look forward to coming to Beijing later this year to work on the future phases of these projects. But it has been a long journey. Mason, you didn't have children when we met first 14 years ago, and now you have 2. I thank you, Mason, and I thank all of you. I thank you for traveling from Beijing. Ambassador, I thank you for your kind words. To Stefanuti Stocks, Russell, Eric, over there, Joe, thank you. Constructing a project like this in the middle of Mpumalanga is not easy. Creating the complex supply chains, upgrading the port of Richards Bay. These are not things we do every day, but I thank you for your commitment and being a true partner to Seriti Green. Tractionel, Naresh, 17 months. I have the other renewable energy people in the room, they cannot believe that you delivered an MTS in 17 months. Mr. President, that is a 100% black-owned company, Tractionel Enterprises, building MTSs. ITP, Mr. Minister. To our banking partners, ABSA and RMB, thank you. Thank you for promoting us. It's been fantastic. And in particular, I would like to thank Rensha Fantonda from Standard Bank. Standard Bank brought Seriti, the coal mining business, and WindLab together to create this inbound acquisition of an Australian firm being bought by a black South African company, bringing wind AI excellence into Mpumalanga and delivering this project. Rensha, when I took that phone call from you at the bicycle park in Takai on a Sunday in February 2022, how did I know I'd end up sitting on the stage or standing here alongside Leighton, here in Mpumalanga? So Rensha, thank you so much to what you've done and to what your Standard Bank team, I know Nick is in the room, Nims, I see you, thank you so much. To our customers, Seriti Power, your coal mines, Wayne Energy Exchange, NOAA, and lately, as you've seen now, Etana, I thank you for being our customers, for partnering on us. These are some of the largest contracts that are done in South Africa. These are 15, 20, 25-year commitments to buy these electrons and to take South Africa forward. So Mr. Minister, thank you for the reform that you've created to allow the traders into the marketplace. They play an important role, Mr. President, in bridging the gap between long-term contracts and short-term contracts and allowing smaller players to buy electricity in this marketplace. Thank you. To our host communities, I mean it when I say Bethal, Bethal and Mochenzon is my home. I thank all of you, whether it's Freddie, Lindani, Linda Kuchle. Thank you for taking us on board. Thank you for believing in us. Amos, working together with you has been a pleasure. It is difficult at times. The distances are far and the roads are poor. But we are working on that together. If we can drive economic development, if we can drive jobs in Mpumalanga, we can all prosper, one and all. During the moment, the thing I'm most proud of, Mike, this project has accumulated over 3 million hours of construction work, 3 million hours. There was not one lost time injury. Safety above all else. There were millions of decisions that were taken by various people, whether it's the safety officer on the ground, the person doing the wire fixing on the foundations, leadership. Safety came first. And I thank you, Mike, for your leadership with regards to safety. But there are two other gentlemen. Alan and John, can you stand up? They're obviously looking after our safety. Alan and John have led the safety journey for Seriti Green, and I want a big call out for Alan and John for doing that. Thank you. I need to acknowledge the remarkable people of Seriti and Seriti Green. To our employees, all of you in green, thank you, who have believed in a vision that at times has seemed extraordinarily ambitious. Alan and John have led the safety journey for Seriti Green, and I want a big call out. Ummbila Emoyeni is not the achievement of a single company, a single team, or a single leader. I need to acknowledge the remarkable people of thousands of hours of hard work by people who were determined to prove that South Africa can believed in a vision that at times has seemed extraordinarily ambitious. Your dedication, resilience, and commitment today belong have made today possible. And I want a big call out. To my leadership team at Seriti Green, I appreciate you sticking at my side. Or a single all of this. Building a business, building projects, building teams is never the work of one person. To prove that Jada, 15 years you've been at my side. Extraordinary ambitious. Ben, for more than a decade you've been trusting colleagues, developing and believing in the future. To my leadership team, Debbie, Brian, Satisha, Rudolph, thank you. For your leadership, professionalism, and countless contributions is never the work you've made to building this project. Leighton, our young but wise CFO and MC. It is remarkable to think that only 4 years ago we met in Looking at what has been achieved in such a short period of time is a testament to your leadership, execution, and to our board, Brittany, Nims, you're in the room, Yusuf, and David are not in the country. Diligence, your diligence, guidance, and thoughtful support is always appreciated. Mike and Doug, as the leaders of the broader Seriti Group, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for your support, your guidance, and most importantly, your belief in the vision that has become Seriti Green. Operating and investing in Mpumalanga requires commitment, resilience, and a thick skin. Simplicity, intensity, and consistency are the Seriti values that we have learned from you. Your wisdom, experience, and unwavering support have given us the confidence to pursue opportunities that others have considered impossible. The truth is that Ummbila Emoyeni would not have happened without the support of the broader group. This achievement belongs as much to you as it does to those standing here today. And the exco is hiding away over there. I see some of you. A word of thanks to the team that put this all together. She came up here for a thanks, Janice. Charity, Zintle, Lati, Janice, and many others have worked tirelessly to put this together. Thank you. In closing, Mr. President, it is Seriti Green's belief that the just energy transition is first and foremost about the people. the people of South Africa, the people of Mpumalanga. It is about ensuring, as our country transitions from a high-emission energy economy to a low-emission future, the people who have powered South Africa for generations are not left behind. What we have collectively achieved over the past 4 years demonstrates something very important to the world. It demonstrates that the just energy transition is more than a transition. It's both an economic and social opportunity. It is not
Get 7 days of full ClickTech Hub access for just $1. Everything you need to learn and use AI in one place.
The people of Mpumalanga are not being left behind.
Yes,
it is proof that investment can be attracted,
was reporting
infrastructure can be built, jobs can be
from the
created,
docket,
and communities, most importantly, can prosper. Mr. President, we look forward to welcoming you back in the future to open the next chapter of this journey.
First
across the
proper
road from where we stand today, we are
fails,
planning a
request
further
arbitration.
600 megawatts of wind, taking our total investment to 40 billion rand. Together with Ummbila Emoyeni, Mpumalanga Emoyeni, will create one of the largest renewable energy precincts in all of South Africa, all 187 turbines. And when we gather again, we will not simply be celebrating another wind farm. We will be demonstrating that wind farms, solar farms, and batteries can form part of a sustainable future for South Africa. Innovation, investment, partnerships, and sustainable jobs will move our country forward. We, South Africans, are capable of extraordinary things when we work together, united by a common purpose and a shared belief in South Africa's future. Ummbila Emoyeni was built because we South Africans chose to work together. Siyabonga.
Thank you, Mr. Venn. That was a great speech, by the way, and I'm not saying this because you're my boss. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the end of our formal program. We now proceed with the official photography session with His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa. I will call the groups in order. Please come forward promptly when your group is called.
Lady. And then as you carry on, there's more detail of it.
The Seriti
Again,
Green Exco,
that detail.
being
So
Mr.
you
Dab,
see where I'm looking at page 34.
Jasmine, Leighton,
This
Christian,
is
Ben,
where it
and
looks like you then group the matters at page 34.
page 34.
You have forklift, you have 28 vetting files, and then you have BMW lady. You see where I'm reading?
Oh, yes.
You see where I'm reading?
I see it.
And then when you carry on to the next page, those notes there, for example, about the BMW lady, where does this information come from now? As you're recording it, let's say at page 36, you have Brigadier from BMW, she is, something is said, Khumalo/Lushaba, and then Grabbers, and something, Brigadier female, ORS. This information comes from whom amongst you, and where was it sourced from at this point? Remember, we still at that meeting in Midrand.
Yes, the issue about the BMW lady, it was coming from Chief Peruma.
Okay.
So it was just mentioned as it is. They didn't mention it. The name was not mentioned. It was just the way I captured it.
Okay. And then at page 37, you've got the last two sentences there. The last two sentences, I'm more interested in the penultimate one, the first one that has a star to it.
Yes.
Can you just speak to that? It makes reference to Paul O'Sullivan.
That is correct.
What is that about?
So during the engagement in the meeting, Chief Perumal asked about a clip that was circulating. So the discussions was they tasking me to go to Mr. O'Sullivan to find out. So during the engagement in the meeting case against Chief Perumal around this issue about the BMW lady, and also to find out if he has conducted or done anything on that matter. So the discussion was to give me the tasking to say I must go and find out from him what did he do on this matter.
Did you speak to Mr. O'Sullivan?
I did
in
speak.
the tasking?
I did speak to Mr. O'Sullivan.
And what did he give you, or what did he say? And when I say you, I mean I did.
Yes. No. What he provided to me, he gave me a letter. I'm not sure whether it was the letter to the minister or from the minister, but it has something to do with that. So he also provided me with the report. On that report, there's something that we call CPB, where you check people's details or something like that. So those details, he provided them via email. He said,
whose details were there in that document, do you remember?
it was Brigadier Mukweli's details.
Okay.
So when he forwarded the emails to me, I also noticed on the email that information was sent to Andrea Johnson on the 5th of December 2025 already.
And sent
My
to...
apologies, sorry, Commissioner Baloyi,
If it's
just
a
to
topic
correct.
that you were going to cover, I'm happy to leave it. I just thought you were moving away from this now.
Two parts. I wanted to correct the date from the witness, which is it's dated December. We'll ask the attorneys to hand up the 2 January. Sorry, it's 5 January is the date of the 2 emails that were sent. I'll ask the attorneys to distribute them to everyone. The consultation with Mr. O'Sullivan is dealt with in upcoming section.
Okay, I'm leaving it. You should have stopped me anyway.
My apologies, sir. As long as I keep track of jumping around, I'm comfortable with moving forward.
Okay, all right. Mr. Rapesu, we're going to stop here, and then Ms. Bowe will take you through her paces.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Okay.
No, there's more. I'm sorry, Mr. President. I'm sorry. Next is with the customer, Itana, Evan Rice, and Jay Governor.
While we get the email sorted, I'm just going to move forward to the next consultation that happens in the order of things. Mr. Rapesu, if we can then go to paragraph 38, where you deal with your consultation with Mr. Adams. Can you explain what happened on that occasion?
On this occasion, Cape Town consult with Mr. Adams. We interview him. He provides us with further information that we ask for. Just to cut the matter short, we obtain supplementary affidavits, 4 supplementary affidavits. The 4 supplementary affidavits were